What's up, everybody? I've cleaned my shop, so I figured now is a good time to do a tour. I mean, I've kind of cleaned it. I picked up all the stuff that was on the floor and put away some things. Okay, it's not perfect. All right, so things that I've started on, new journeys. First is DIY power walling. So I've been collecting 18650s. I have one source that requested to not be named, and I have a bunch of batteries. That's one. There's another box there, and then he has another 6 boxes that I can have that we're going to kind of split use of. And then I also got these from a local computer repair guy. Although this box is full, he said, yeah, I have like 20, come down and pick them up. I counted there was 116 of them. Now, they aren't all good. For example, these are mostly out of the ones that he gave me. These are the cell capacities that I've gotten. So, I already ran the test. These are the Leocala half amp discharge testers. So I've tested them, and these are all complete, so I'm filling them back up. Unfortunately, I don't have a good way to fill them up to storage capacity, so right now they're just going up to 4.15, 4.2 volts approximately, and then I'll test them in a month or so to see if they have any parasitic drain. These are all the cells that I've been able to test just today. Okay, so I'm getting about that much every day. I'm probably going to get a few more as these complete before I go to bed. It's 9:45 p.m. right now. So my plan with these is to build 48 volt bricks one at a time, and then as I build bricks, my capacity will increase as I parallel them into the rest of the pack. Alright, that's enough talking about that. This area of the garage, so my garage is split into 2 halves because I built this wall in the middle that's not complete yet. Let's see, the other half of it there. This half is like garage, and so I have some things in here like those need put in front of the window again. Those are some succulents. So I have my 2 project tractors in here, and I moved them all the way to the back because I need space here to repair the hydraulic lines on my working tractor, because there's hydraulic lines that go between the pump in the front to the motor in the back, the motor that drives the rear axle. But these are 4-wheel drive. They also have a motor in the front that drives the front axle, and they're all hydraulically connected. But there's hoses that go between the 2. Mine are leaking. I have to fix them. Here's my lathe. I've been pretty happy with this. It's a Craftsman 12x36. It's getting a little long in the years, but it still works. I don't know exactly how worn out it is. It's all in pretty good shape, actually. And then I've upgraded that with the AXA tool post. And then, of course, I think I showed that previously. I've got some good organization going in there. I just replaced a whole bunch of lights in here with these LED lights, and I have a whole bunch more to put up because I only did half the ceiling. I did 1, 2, 3. No, I did 1, 2, but then I need to do 1, 2, 3 more on that part of the garage. In this corner, we have some projects, kinda. I got this bandsaw. It's these are pretty valuable, like $400. I got it for a little over $100. So I'm gonna maybe clean up that table a little bit, dust it off, and try to just flip it as is. Maybe make a couple $100 on that. This is a belt sander. These commonly go for $800. This one I got from a scrapper. I'm pretty sure it's from a scrapper. The only unfortunate thing is it's 3-phase. I've got the 3-phase VFD to convert that over to take 240 volt AC. single phase. When the scrapper got it, I'm pretty sure that it had fallen on its face here, so it fell down, and the table had rammed into the platen. So I got a replacement platen. One nice thing about those, here's the old one. One nice thing about those belt sanders is they make replacement parts. So this is a completely new, unused, newly made platen, and bearing kits. All of that is available to replace this bent original piece. Here's my welder setup. I've got a Everlast PowerTig 185 DV and a Chinese import 55 amp plasma cutter. So this will do stick and TIG, and that does plasma. I do not have a MIG welder. I don't really need one. I actually use stick on that quite a lot in place of needing a MIG. It works great. This is a drill press that I got in a pile. It was all in parts in the downstairs of a shop of an Amish guy. Now, an Englishman had bought the property and was selling the things out of it, and so this is one of them. It's all in pieces. So I'm gonna maybe kind of try to fix this up. I don't know if it's even gonna go on video. It's got a 3-phase half horsepower motor, so that's not very desirable. This is commonly known as a DP660. It's a Delta Rockwell, I think. Not that you could tell it because the label here is gone. It's a heavy duty drill press. This, as far as I can tell, it has this foot pedal here, so that controls that. And that foot pedal assembly is worth quite a few $100s just on its own. The same guy that was selling that, I got these metal cabinets. They're pretty heavy duty. And in here I have just chainsaws and stuff. It's stuck there. Just a little circular saw, some flooring nailers, some vices, little concrete saw. Yeah. So maybe sometime I'll repaint these. These were a fantastic deal. Both of these cabinets total were $20. Metal cabinets like this I know would go for like over $100 just because it's heavy duty. And then this is the back corner of storage of stuff that I don't hardly ever use. Like there's a little CNC mill. Here's I have some mice in the garage, and then I have some keyboards too. Yeah, just assorted stuff, parts for a motorcycle that I'm never going to get to, a sewing machine that I actually use quite frequently, and paint. Oh, what else do we got in here? Concrete, grass seed, all that stuff. And that is a dethatcher. And over here we have the hydro charger controller stuff. And you can see the volts right there is low, and it's not pulling any power off of it. And I'm pretty sure it's got enough water, so something's clogged and it's not putting out enough water. So I have to fix that. It was working yesterday, but it keeps clogging up. So I need to work on the filtration system on that. And so right now that just goes down to these batteries that are hooked up in parallel. It's 12 volts. So my goal with those Powerwall batteries, those 18650s you saw in the beginning of the video, is to replace these with something that's a lot higher power, higher wattage, higher storage capacity too, and then just some loads and inverters here. that's connected, but not actually. Well, it's on. We can see some green lights, but it's not actually powering anything at the moment. Grinder compressor all the way over here, far away from my shop, on the other end of the garage. Got some tools. A workbench that's full of stuff. I don't really use this workbench anymore. I really need to move it, get rid of it. I don't know. Probably this vise goes with it. I don't know. Oh, what have I got in here? Just tools, parts. Yeah, you guys don't really care about that too much. So that guy that was selling this drill press, this was $40, did I say that? He was also selling these, which are industrial control cabinets. You can see the handle on the door there. And these are really heavy skookum things. So I was thinking of the Powerwall batteries. I could put them in these as fire control cabinets in case there is ever any issue. And then here's my gasoline, which is often too close to the welder. So I try to move those out of the, or I try to close the garage door if I'm welding, or just not get any sparks near that. Ultimately, I want to get like a shed for my stuff, because right now we have a shed for my wife's stuff, so she doesn't have anything in the garage. But I want to get a shed for that stuff and that stuff to get out of here. It doesn't need to be heated and temperature controlled. Here's my stack of towers, my tower of towers. Just old towers that I never use. There's my bandsaw, the one that I do actually use. I don't know if it's actually better than the Delta. I know it's bigger, so it has that going for it. I don't really have anything else in this corner. Christmas presents down here for the moment, and more succulents that need to go on a shelf in front of the window. And you can see my light on the camera right here. I can turn that up. It's only at half power. I don't want to wash out the picture though. Let's see. Here's a drum sander that I recently fixed up. That was also a great local deal, surprisingly. And then over there I have a Tormek sharpener and another vertical drum sander. So here's my desk that I actually spend too much time at, probably. I've been working on this little product, and I have actually sold some of them. And if I can get it out, I can't really get it out, but it pops in there. This is a wireless microphone receiver or transmitter. This is a transmitter, and it takes a wind buffer on the top of it, so it goes in there. But the wind buffer has a poorly engineered mounting mechanism of those plastic tabs that just go in those plastic holes there, and it pops off too easy. So I built this, which I'm calling the cat hugger, because this is called a dead cat. So this hugs the dead cat in place. Link in the description. I have it on Etsy and eBay, and I have actually sold 4 of them. So that's really cool. I have one printing now. This is a manufacturing dust-proof enclosure that my old boss was thrown out, and it works fantastic for a 3D printer enclosure. So each one of those in its current iteration takes about an hour and 45 minutes to print. And I say current iteration because I've printed a bunch of them. Just trying to get it a really perfect design to the point where everything lines up. Like there's a charge port on the side, that lines up. There's LED indicators, those line up perfect. The dead cat barely fits in there, so it's really snug and it's perfect. The alignment of all the holes is perfect. It doesn't rattle, it doesn't shake. So I'm really pleased with that. I hope that it goes far, but I also hope that that company fixes this shortcoming. Come on, road. That is not sufficient. Alright, what else we got on here? For post-processing these, because often there's, you can see right there, there's a, come on, focus. Right there you see a little blob of a stringer. Well, I will cut those off with an X-Acto knife, and then I have these little sanding strips that I use to sand off any imperfections. And it, like right, come on, right there I sanded the tip of that a little bit. So this is really useful. These come in a 5-pack. What is this? 5-piece sanding detail, new, whatever that is. Those work great. What else? Let me turn the light up a little bit because we're here in the middle of the shop, and I have not painted the ceilings yet. They're still dark and it's dreary, and I have another project that I'm working on. As soon as I get that done, then I can start on this. That project is embroidering our work shirts, because I can run an embroidery machine too. I interface well with machines. So this is a 1940 Delta Unisaw. You can tell it's 1940 because the base is solid, it doesn't have individual feet, and the dust door is not vented. So that makes it a 1940. So I got to get that all set up. I mean, it's kind of all set up, but I want to get a Incra? Yeah. I'm going to get an Incra fence for that and use that as my primary saw, or my only saw, because I also have this table saw with Biesemeyer fence, and it's okay. It's just kind of big for my shop. It takes up a lot of square footage on the floor because it's got a really wide fence, and I can't even use that part of it because the fence was hitting, you know, there's some bolts in there that collide, so I can't even, there, right there, I can't even push it all the way over. Well, I'm working on that. I took off the glides that were on it, just that one, and then there's 2 glides on the other end of it, down there, because they were worn out, so I'm working on replacing those eventually. Toolboxes that I like. Here I have a bunch of sockets and screwdrivers. Those are all flatheads. And then in here, like, I think this is files. Let's see. Yes, it is files, and therefore the one below it is chisels. Kind of, yes. So I'm trying to be organized. And then there's a bunch of hammers and a bunch of other stuff. Here's my storage organization wall. Let me turn my light down because it's a little glaring. I've been working on cleaning up stuff and putting them into their proper boxes. I had a giant pile, I still need to vacuum there. I had a giant pile of assorted wires and junk that I tossed there because often it's difficult to get to the bottom tub to put away one wire. So I would just toss it there for later Joe to take care of. So now, being later Joe, I've taken care of those. Yay me. Like, there's a bunch of wires. So just taking care of those. There's a wind turbine blade that I will eventually get back to doing something with. CNC router that you can tell is just a flat surface syndrome collection device right now. And nothing really useful on here, that's for sure. Alright, I think that's pretty much what I got going on in here. Anything cool over here to see? No, that's just my tool storage, charging station. Here's my primary drill press. You've seen that in previous videos. It has a CVT for adjustable speeds. Dust collector that I absolutely need to operate with my 12-inch joiner planer. Where's it at? I have oh, here it is. I have also printed a dust chute adapter that goes on here when running it in planer mode. So that goes on there. I 3D printed that. It works great, except I dropped it on the floor and it's developed some... Come on, focus. There, you like my thumb. It's developed some layer separation issues. So maybe I'll just glue that back together. Here's a scroll saw. That's what those are called. That I hardly ever use because I haven't been doing a whole lot of woodworking because I don't have time. And then here's my old joiner. That's a 6-inch Delta that I had upgraded to one of those. Oh yeah. Everything in here's got some dust on it. Alright. So that's what I'm up to. At least that's my current state of affairs. I really want to clear out this side of the garage to make it more tool user friendly, because right now it's all just paths that I walk along and there's always stuff in the way. It's very irritating, and it seems like I can't get anything done because there's a fog in my head of debris. I'll get it taken care of though. I just gotta sell that table saw, move a giant pile of wood. You can't see it there. There's a giant pile of wood there. It's all hardwood. Take care of the trim for the house. Frustrating. Okay guys, so that's it. A few of the things that I mentioned, I have links in the description. If you buy those, it does help out the channel, so I can buy more things to put in the description, I guess. There's really... Oh yeah, so the water lily people, where's that at? I think it's in a box. It's in a box there. They're sending me a wind turbine attachment. So we'll have testing results on that soon, hopefully. And like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.